7:40 p.m. in India. Today is 27th of September 2025. And our topic of discussion today is Alchemy from Fear to Love, and our WeAreOne group weekly session number 263. So before going into the discussion, I just wanted to inform you that next week I will be traveling, so there will be no weekly session for the next week. Next week, which will be, I think, 4th of October, there will be no weekly session. 4th of October, and also the 5th October morning Sunday session, there will be no session. And those of you like to practice on your own, you can send me some request. I can send you one of the recorded sessions. So normally who get initiated, I send them, so you can practice for next Sunday. Yeah? And next Saturday, there will be no the learning session. Just a small announcement here. All right, and so today's first is Fear to Love. Why this topic? Because that is the essence. Fear to love. That is the essence of our spiritual awakening. If you just summarize in one, about all our efforts, all our sadhana, all our transformation, all our elevation, the so-called going towards enlightenment, everything is summarized into this. Fear to love means we operate into the fear-based system, or fear-based thinking, fear-based life. Humanity is under control of grip of fear. Humanity is being controlled, and you can say in other sense they were governed by fear. So because if you don't do this, you will be punished, and all those, even us, we act mostly out of fear. Because if we don't do this, something bad will happen, and all this kind of stuff. So that is the fear-based living. I will explain in the points are there. Then you will exactly understand and correlate what is this. From here, the humanity is awakening to the truth. Fear is an illusion. It is not the truth. Illusion means the fear, experiencing fear is the truth. It is a reality. But fear itself, fear as a tool to govern, is not. It is not the truth. Truth is that we are all made out of pure love. We are, as a human being, you might have heard me saying hundreds of times that human being is prema sarupa, means the manifestation of love, pure love. Yeah. As we are made of that, so that is our true expression, the love. Yeah? So we are now stuck in some illusion which is controlled by fear. From there, we have to break through, we liberate, and going out and go to the living out of pure love. That is the thing, and that is called holistic living. Those who have already permanently went there, that they are called enlightened. Yeah, so they operate from love, love and compassion. Or it is also known as self-realization. Self means bringing the power of love out. Okay. And fear is equivalent to the darkness. So fear is the absence of love. Fear doesn't have any kind of, it is not the truth. That's why it is called the illusion. It is simply means it is absence of love, pure love. None of the love we know in our day-to-day life. Nothing of that. Nothing emotional about it. It's just a purity, essence. Human essence is the pure love. Absence of that is the fear. So then we are stuck into the humanity. Humanity is stuck into the fear based world. And then we have to break through, you have to awaken, you have to things, and many masters, thousands of masters, they came and showed the humanity the path towards the pure love. Yeah. All the gurus, their job is to, convey the truth and help everybody to awaken. Yeah. It is, that it is a tamosoma jyotirgamaya. Yeah. So from the darkness of ignorance to the light, means it is from fear to love. So that is the transition. Even those are guiding us, the gurus. Guru, the Sanskrit word itself means the removal of darkness. No? Guru means who dispels the darkness. That person or that, Okay, from lower side it is a person, from the other side it is a flow. Guru Tattva. Anyway, so why then the subject, we have written alchemy. What is alchemy? Alchemy normally use the term where any other metal by some process, if you convert into a gold, that process is called alchemy. In ancient time, they are aware of this type of technology, and even they talk about there is certain stone available, Paraspathar is called. If you touch with any other metal, it converts into gold. So scientifically also, of course, when it converts into gold, the value increases multiple times. Yeah? There are many scientific ways also to look into that, how any other thing can be made of gold. So just for those, because we are all, those of you are having scientific and engineering mind, like my background too. So to understand that the gold, everything is made of molecules. So gold has a certain kind of molecule, neutron and proton and things like that. So by any means, if you can just manipulate the number of protons, particularly in the nucleus, that converts the metal converts into gold. The nearest one is mercury. The liquid metal mercury. If you take one proton out of mercury molecule, then that thing is gold. But same process can be done for the other things also. Only they have to add or delete the number of protons into the nucleus. Anyway, better not to go this intellectual thing. So alchemy is that which makes our human being to get out of this illusion of fear and living in fear, even suffering, wasting our life into fear, towards the purity, towards the light, towards the place where our true power comes out. The power of pure love comes out. That process is the alchemy. Yeah, and in our which makes any other thing into pure love. That is alchemy. So today's discussion will understand step by step where we are, why we are into that state, which is the identified as the main culprit, and then how to get rid of it, how to overcome it, how to liberate from it, and then go towards the pure love or go towards the pure of spirituality, so that in the process, what happens? Our experience changes. The experience of life changes. So rather than operating from fear, then we operate from the liberation, shackles from fear to liberation of love. Yeah. So that is the journey. And that magic, that miracle, that transformation, that awakening happens through spirituality. All right. So now we'll go into the step by step as we posted into the group. The first is ego and external life experiences. So first of all, the ego itself, all of us, we have ego to various degrees and all. To be honest, ego is not a bad word. We need ego. What is ego? Mind, body, intellect package. That's ego. That is, you can say, local operating system. All of us, we need to operate into the external world. If it is ego is there, that means it is created by the same creator, the one. So it was created, that means it has a purpose, right? So that purpose is so that we can operate into that, in the physical reality. We can through ego, we can educate ourselves, we can protect ourselves, protect physical body. We have a we can use our intelligence to do many work and the study, and maybe getting a job or business, whatever we do, we need ego, means mind, body, intellect we need. Then protect ourselves, then our own prosperity, taking care of our health, and all we are going to relationship, we need ego to operate in the external world. These are all external world parameters that we have to undergo in our life. From that, ego is needed. So that was the original purpose of our ego. So it, as I said, is a local operating system. Means all of us, we have an individual ego. Yeah? So we have our own ego to operate so that we can judge which is good, which is bad, and which is how we can, that is dangerous, that's too risky, I don't go there, I go this way. These are decisions we make. Yeah? And it is necessary. There is no, otherwise we'll get hit by somebody else. Yeah? Anyway, so that was the purpose of ego. So how ego then, how ego operates, I think that is the second point, or okay, external life experience. Okay, so as it is meant for our to operate in the external world, so to operate in the external world, we use ego. That is normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But ego has a characteristics. Okay, ego has certain things. There are a few features. First of all, ego needs to control. Means it is my ego. Ego need to control me. Means control means command me to do certain things, not to do certain things, things like that. So even if we have a free will, but it is normally it is under control of our ego. So we have to follow ego's instruction. The characteristic I was telling, ego has a superiority complex, like it wants to win. It wants to win. Of course, it comes from the, like our natural urge to compete and win so that we can protect ourselves, we can prosper, we can develop, nothing wrong in that. But in the process, because the superiority and this kind of process, that the ego sometimes come to a level, become very ambitious and win by hook or crook. So not necessarily the ego will take care of the other side as well, because ego sees as a competition or enemy. So it uses all its tool to down others and evolve, so-called, winning all the time. So that is ambition. And whatever the things under our free will, that thoughts, words, and actions, it controls them. How ego controls them? Ego controls them by injecting thoughts in our mind. That's how ego operates. So ego wants me to do something, it will inject some thought in our mind, and then also ego has, thought is the tool it has, but ego has certain strategy to control us. We have a free will, but how ego control? Three things. First, it creates some doubt. Okay, suppose you want us to choose, there are two things. Ego wants us to choose A, not B. Okay, so it creates certain kind of bias towards A. That may not be the truth, but it creates. Some doubt is created, maybe B is not worth it. So this is the thing. Or it can create fear. If we choose B, something bad will happen to us. So better to choose A. So that is our controlling out of fear, which is one of our topic today. Or it logically, we are intellect is also part of the ego. It logically convinces us that path B is not worth pursuing. There is no gain there. कोई फायदा नहीं है. Okay. A is the prosperous way. Just the picture, the marketing, gives that rosy picture on that. So we choose that. Okay. So that's how it controls. So all our experience so far, whatever, before coming into the spirituality, all of our experience are governed by the ego. So ego has a superiority, and ego has controlling us through the doubt, fear, and logical convincing, thing like that. The thing is, I'm not the only person living into the world. So there are multiple people, millions of people, thousands of people we meet. As I have ego, they have ego too. Okay. If I want to win the competition, they also want to win the competition. So they use their tool to make sure that I am lost and they win. So this game is going on and on and on. So it is, to just objectively looking, it's funny, but the reality is we are living into that situation all the time. I need not to explain how it works. You all know how it works. So all the clashes, all the, dominance, and all those kind of fighting, all those kind of, backstabbing, all kinds of things we face in our life, which may or may not be justified, which may or may not be rational, and which may or may not be ethical. Yeah. So it happens to us, and somebody else does on us. Yeah. And also, to be honest, we also do the similar thing, because we think that this is the way to operate. So we learned how to win the competition by hook or crook, and to satisfy our ego, we are ready to, anybody comes onto our path and wipe them out from in front of us and things like that. So for that, we are intelligent, we are capable, we use different tools to do that. But as I said, I'm not the only person living into the world. So there maybe I have to interact with maybe 10 persons. Yeah. So in a certain situation, if there are 10 persons are there, I'm one of them. So my way to get it successful is only 10%, because everybody has a so-called equal say. So mine is 10%. Our ego cannot accept that. My value is 10%. It wants to go maximum possible, 50%, 60, 70, 80, preferably 100%. Or everybody should agree what I say. And that creates a dynamics. So, and sometimes we win and sometimes we cannot win. So, and when we don't win any situation, or in generic word, if I explain, if something does not go the way we expect, our expectation cannot be made statistically. Even if you take the pure statistics, something where the multiple things are involved, maximum you can achieve 50%. It may happen, it may not happen, 50-50. So your probability is 50% success. And forget about other people's interference. So that also, so if I have accept a win one case, another place I have to accept loss, because chance is 50-50. Yeah? So when things do not go as per our expectation, as per our plan, as per our wish, then that superiority complex of our ego gets hurt. And when it gets hurt, then it becomes emotional. It becomes angry, it becomes frustrated, grumbling, shouting, and all those kind of things. Very extreme, even got depressed, and many other things can happen to us, because only simple one reason is only one. Things in the external world didn't go what we expected. That's all. Any bad experience, anything you had, any emotional outburst you have, any issues you have in your life, If you just sit down and go into the details of why you are upset, why you are frustrated, why you are depressed, and all whatever, why you are crying, why you are sad, answer is only one. In the external world, things didn't go the way you expected. So expectation is the key. Because you expected, and of course, statistically, 50% it will not happen. Because we are not controlling every element of the external world. And we cannot accept that because of our ego, but that is the truth. So when it does, we create a lot of negative emotions, and those emotions which has been created during these experiences are stored in our memory. We have a multiple level of memory. If the heart is physical, we got hurt, or somebody hit me physically with something, we remember that. Our cell remembers that. And something is psychological. Something is within the brain, that imprint, that image is stored. Something is psychological, like the experience which is recorded, bad experience. Maybe physically we didn't get hurt, but something we failed and we cannot accept it. Those impressions, psychic impressions, goes into our emotional system, and whenever we think about it, we get emotional. Hence, the psychological memory. Okay, so thing is, if after we live a certain years in our life, suppose we lived 30 years of our life. So that 30 year means they have a 30 into 365 days, and they have a 24 hours into it, and each hour have a 60 minute. Okay, 1/3 of that remove, like say maybe we spend in sleeping, so we don't have a conscious memory of that. So that means 20 years of life. Suppose I have 30 years old, so 20 years of life multiplied by 365, multiplied by 24, multiplied by 60. That many possibilities of there to store some information in our memory. Okay, some memory is very vivid, some of them we forget. That is normal. So if you see statistically what is happening, normally we choose to recall the bad memories, where we get hurt, where we get insulted, where it's painful. Good one, we don't recall that much. At least conscious effort, we don't. Sometimes it may, come in our memory is fine. Why the good ones we don't give that much importance? Because we think, because of our ego, we deserve it. What is the talk about, repeating it? Yes, maybe I got to visit some place I wanted to go, or get this job, or cleared one exam. It is, I deserve it. So what is there to think and recall and relive that memory? So life doesn't end there. So we have to have more and more. So what happens is, so first of all, statistically also, the negative experiences are more and good experiences are less. And also by bias of our ego, we don't relive the good experiences, because our ego always wants to do the next one in front of you, attack that and win. So they are not bothered about what you already have. It's, I already have it. It's my kitty, so don't bother. So that way, that is one way. Another way is we keep on bringing the negative one. We grudge about it because our ego cannot accept that we failed. Okay, that is a grudge. So, and blame everybody into the system, whatever they come across, why we failed. We cannot accept. Acceptance is not there. That ego, they characteristically very low in acceptance. When it failed, it's like a wounded tiger. He wants to attack with a more force. Ego thinks that is the way forward. I have to crash open and get it, whatever you want. Like this is my right. What they say, Saddahak Iterak, that kind of attitude. Anyway, these things are directly coming from the ego. So, and that creates our experience, that creates our memory bank, that creates our storage, emotional memory banks and everything. That becomes our life. So what we do time to time, we recall some bad memories, bringing and repeating now. Now the same thing is not happening. That painful incident maybe happened 5 years back or 10 years back. But those memories we recall, memory we can download and relieve that pain. Yeah. Just as we are on the topic, it is said that when it happened, that is an incident that happened. It is a painful, no doubt about it. That you may not avoid it. A lot of things are involved. Maybe your karma or and a lot of other things, your destiny, many other things may be involved there. Or maybe somebody else's, actually somebody else's fault. No matter what is the cause is, that may not be avoidable. But reliving it again and again, repeating within you, recalling that memory, and feeling the pain, this part is called suffering. Okay. This suffering is in your hand. That time, what happened, one time incident, it happened and gone. Obviously that was not what we liked it. But why we bringing, that is we develop a pattern of bringing it. That's how we live. Fundamental reason nobody knows, except that it is a nature of our ego, because it cannot accept defeat. So it brings that memory and we live. Okay, so that's why it spoils our present life as well. We got actually become a slave of our memory. So our memory and reliving the memory and bringing pain, and that's why life is full of, the pain and what is called the failures and anger and things like that. Yeah? So that is full of, because we are just reliving the memory. It has happened, gone. Okay, we learned many things, lessons and all those things, but this part we cannot overcome. Let me see, I think it's the next point. Memories and trapped energies at cellular level. Okay, so what happens is that this memory are strapped somewhere into this bad memories, particularly the negative memories. They were trapped somewhere into our system. Yeah. If it is a physical, then it's in a cellular level, or if it is a psychological, maybe some brain cell is affected. They stored that information that's coming in the awake state. So this is become the part of our system as a part of cellular memory. Cellular memories are there. Even cellular memory also contains, which is most of the bad experiences we undergone. Even cellular memory, if we have a close relationship with anybody else, that also our cellular memory remembers. Yeah? So that is also means our soul cellular memory get programmed or come into our things. So in the historically, whoever has been done anything bad with me, all those go into our cellular memory. That trapped, those negative energies are trapped there, and from there, that's why it comes out. Given the opportunity, when mind gets a little idle, it comes out and affect our current thinking system. Yeah? So that is how those trapped energies at cellular level and memories. Yeah, so that comes again and again. So then also that I think the next 2 points also I already suffering mindful of uncontrolled flow of thoughts. So it is also true that we don't have any control over our mind, thoughts particularly. So remember that the thoughts are it's a tool of our ego. So it keep on injecting some thought in our mind, and that's how it controls us. Those thoughts, it is not under our control. Even if you wish, you cannot stop them. So uncontrolled thoughts are keep on coming, and what happens is, because those are ego is injecting different thoughts. In between, memory opens up, and then it takes the data from those kinds of memories, and those thoughts, they influence our thoughts. So that is the suffering part of it. Then it flows those thoughts again and again and again. This particular aspects, when it go to a beyond a few here and there is normal, but when repeatedly coming and all those things, and we feel that we are helpless, we cannot control our life and all, then fear grips us. When we go into too many of this kind of experiences and repeating in our mind, our normal tendencies go into the fear. You remember earlier I was telling that this is one of the tool our ego uses to control us. Fear is one of the major part of it. From where this fear comes, that's what I explained so far. All the bad memories, all the negative experiences and the trapped energies, negative energies in our cellular level, in the memory, those are running the show at the moment, and more and more those are run, we become fearful, we feel fear about even our future, even the current state. Something bad may happen. So we normally don't assume something good will happen to me. So most of the time we have become fearful, what bad again will happen to me? And maybe now the danger is coming from that direction. We got fearful. And that is the reality of most of our lives. So that's how we live, and just explain from where they come, from where the source is. So memory is involved, originally created by ego, but it cannot accept failure. So then it will go into the cellular memory. Then it has, our emotional memory and all this. Then it comes through the thoughts, now never-ending thoughts. It is coming into our mind space again at present and controls us. This repeating of those things we call the poor me syndrome. Okay, when it happens, so again and again, and then we feel helpless, we feel fearful, and the poor me means why it is happening to me. I have not done anything wrong to anyone. Why I have not done anything wrong to anyone? Because ego is always right. Okay, ego doesn't accept that you can be failed or you can be wrong. It has got an attitude of being right all the time. I say that many of the time, much later into my spiritual life, spiritual practice, I realize being right all the time, that is also an addiction. And that particular addiction is directly governed by our ego. Means I cannot accept the statistically chances 50-50 I am right about something. I may be wrong also. Right? But we cannot accept it. So that's why we argue with many people. We just create our dominance, whatever power we have. If somebody is under my control, I have a power over somebody else, then I will make sure that I am right and they obey me. Okay, that's the tendency that women, and that is directly controlled by our ego. Okay. I think I explained most of the things. Suffering and living in fear. So that I just explained that it is the suffering and living in fear. So from where fear come, I hope now it is clearly understood from where the fear is coming. So now this is about the life we normally lead before coming to the spirituality. Now I will slowly go towards what to do about it. The alchemy part of it. Okay. This part, somebody wants to join. So this part, we have this normally cannot come by the intelligent way through our intelligence, because intelligence also the part of our ego. So we cannot correct that ego thing with, ego-based parameter or ego-based faculty. So it is not about thinking something good or, like accepting things. Those programming part of it will not help. Maybe temporarily, yes, but permanently it is not. Here comes our spiritual journey, which actually transforms. And the Guruji, Prem Nirmalji says it is just a 1 foot journey. from brain to heart. So that is a spiritual journey. Still now, the ego, etc., we're operating intellect, we operate from our brain. So we have to come down to our heart. When our heart opens up fully, then we are established into the spirituality. We'll go into that now. Okay, so how to start this journey? First is the attention to thoughts and knowing patterns. We cannot solve an issue unless we know what is the root cause of that. It is said that knowing a problem is half solved. And we said our earlier discussions that stream of uncontrolled thoughts into our mind, which is governed by our ego, and I explained all the characteristics so far. So these are currently the thoughts what are passing through in my mind. This is the reason of our experiences of life. So if those kind of negative thoughts and old memories and all these kind of things, heart, humiliation, and that pain, all those memories, if that is the cause, then we need to do something about those thoughts. Suppressing them, changing them with a good thought is not possible. It's like a different side of the same coin. That's not possible. To know or to at least to have a control over our thoughts, first thing we need to do is observe them. Giving attention to them, focusing on them. But only thing is, you have to make sure you are not in them, you are outside. Then only you'll be able to watch them, focus. This particular aspect, it is also, we give analogy with crossing a busy road where a lot of traffic is there. A lot of high-speed cars are passing through. You want to cross the road. Then what you do is first, you have to observe how many lanes are there, which type of vehicle is there, what is the condition of the road, how much width of the road, what is your capacity as well. You have to assess that whether that much, how much time it will take for me to cross the road with my own capacity. And then when you just watching there for say maybe 5 minutes or so, then you understand the whole dynamics. Which car is coming, which side, which lane carrying that, if there is a traffic signal nearby, it is a junction nearby, or what type of crowd is there, all those kind of things. So when you watch, then one point of time will come, you will be fully aware of the whole dynamics of those cars, and you will find the gap. Means one car has gone, next one not come yet, within this time I have a ability to cross the road, you attempt and be successful in crossing the road. Same with the thought mind. It starts with observing. Earlier we failed many times because we are not observing, we are attempting. It is like attempting directly go to a busy road and run into the middle of the road, expecting that somehow I'll manage outside. That most of us we do, by the way, and get hit by something or have to, recall back, and maybe we say screeching halt of some car, almost I got hit, an accident, and things like that. Most of the time. Why? Because we are not aware of all the parameters and the dynamics and their speed and everything. We just attempted thinking that everything will fall in place, which will never be. You don't have control over other cars. Same with the mind. Just wishing that let the thought stops. Will not make the thought stops. Wishing that thought stops is another thought. Okay. Those thoughts are not controlling, but this thought is controlling you. And initially, it is a big challenge because we are so programmed in this way, operating life this way. Most of the people who have started their spiritual journey and all those things, this becomes a big challenge. They come, they do genuine effort, but when they come, they say that that I'm meditating and I'm going into no thought, going to all this kind of things, but unknowingly, they are basically trying to suppress the other thoughts into another thought. That I want to go into no thought is another thought. It is not the way, but it is difficult to grasp what is there. So they do this thing, even like almost everybody says, I wanted to meditate, sit in the meditation. Most of the cases, the truth is, you wish to meditate. You think you are meditating. You are not meditating. Yeah. Why it is said that you are not meditating? Because meditation is absence of thoughts. It is not your wish to stop the thought. It's non-starter. That is your wish. You are thinking to meditate. You are thinking to walk the spiritual path. Those are the thoughts. It is not that. In fact, initially, ego drives it, that I wanted to be so many minutes of meditation, I will have achieved no thought and all those this kind of feeling is governed by the ego. Anyway, so that's why we put the attempt and all first, but the truth is that it needs practice, of course, because we lived a life, we have the patterns. To first step to break the patterns, break this habit is observation, attention. So you have to practice. You fall down, you carried away with another thought. That's okay. Come back, continue. All the spiritual masters, they will teach you how to do it. This is a very important step. First is detaching and then observing. Okay. Sakshi Bhav. That need to be learned. Most of the time that many of us, we are practicing, but actually we are thinking of meditation, thinking of observation, and that ruins the whole thing. Of course, maybe it is at the start we need to do, but there are many who stuck there. They think they're doing nothing wrong, but actually they're thinking of meditating. They're not meditating. If they're meditating, there is no thought. If there is no thought, you lose sense of time. So if you have the sense of time, you understand that you are still into this thought range or ego range. You have not gone into the true meditation. Yes, some improvement, yes. Some feel-good factor is there. Yes, that is there. But that is not about meditation. Meditation is about pure thoughtless state that happens. You don't achieve there. You don't suppress other thoughts to be there. Just solely practice and go there. So this becomes a challenge. Next step, I will explain how to go there. This way you keep on observing and keep on thinking I'm meditating, but actually not. That's why many people, they complain, I don't have any progress in this path because you have not come out from the mental level at all. That needs a quantum jump. So how to do that? So let us go into those next points, that how to do that. Yeah. First is observation, attention, observation. First you observe, think, what the type of thoughts. No, another mistake we do, analyze the thoughts. Good thought, bad thought, argue. That also no. Okay. As long as you are analyzing, you are feeding it. Okay. But just thinking about the deities or great masters will not make it meditation. You're still thinking. So it is not about the quality of the thoughts. It should be you are observing without anything about the thoughts. Anyway. So learning to detach from grip of thoughts. So then here you need some guru or guide who can actually teach you how to get detached from it. This is a sadhana. It's not easy. Yeah. So detaching from it, first of all, you have to understand the truth from an independent, position. That is the Sakshi Bhav, what I just mentioned. Witness consciousness. That need to be learned. It's a skill that need to be learned. Then you need like a detachment from that, like you are not attached with the content of those thoughts. So that also need to be learned. Learning to detach from the grip of thoughts. How to do that? The moment you go into the content, then you are attached. So you have to, no matter what comes, it will just flow like a river in front of you. You are not in the river, then you are detached. But the moment you take little bit of interest, the content of it, why this is now, I'm thinking, well, you're no longer into that state anymore. Anyway, that also can be learned. In the spiritual practice, we learn. Then comes, this is the first level of, this much is so far is the background. You are getting prepared for the quantum jump. It has not happened yet. The alchemy, so-called, are not happened. You are just creating. Knowing a problem is half solved. So the knowing business is now happening. You know the thoughts of the culprit, and they change your emotion. Is something memory triggers, and you become emotional, and all those kind of things. So now you just creating the fundamental base, the detaching from the thought that creates the base. So, but your fear and everything is still there. Your memories and all those things are there. It's only now you have like control over, your thoughts and your emotions, because you got detached from the thought, but does not end there. Yeah. So things are still there. It can come again, come back. So the next step, what we do is, so far, when we learn the detach from the grip of thoughts, then we invoke the pranic energy through breathing techniques. And this breathing techniques, now that alchemy started. Yeah? So now, to go beyond that, we need energy. Yeah. That energy, it's impossible to go into a normal, the physical energy, like getting a good food or nutritious food and going to the gym and all, will not enough to make any changes in our system. Years of system, stored memories and all those kind of things. We need a very high level of energy. So we invoke the pranic energy into our body. The process we invoke the pranic energy into our body, that is called Kriya. Kriya means spiritual practice. There are hundreds of them, and there are different purposes. The one we practice, normal Kriya, that is to activate the chakras into our 7 chakras into our body. There are many Kriyas having different purposes. In those who have gone into Rishikesh camp, they know the Shakti sadhana we did, and even Kamakhals we did. Yeah, we are going to do it in Nasik Shirdi camp also, Shakti sadhana, and there are many other techniques we will use, or some Mahakriyas we will use. Basically, we use this pranic energy and for a particular purpose, each one having a purpose. Yeah? Not all of them are meant for activating chakras. Yeah? They're different based on our own system, whatever we need. But using pranic system is very common. Of course, as we don't have it on our own, so most easiest way to get that level of energy is to be in touch with the master. Okay. Touch with the master means why? Is it the master need the popularity? And no, they are much beyond all those kind of nonsense. But earlier, the things people have gone to. It's not a popularity context. It is not about the master. It's about you. Through induction, master is a master because he or she can channel huge amount of energy because his or her system is clean. It's called antakaran suddhi. All levels are clean. Mind is completely stopped, full control over thoughts, then emotional level, no emotional baggage. Their emotion doesn't get triggered. They are in equanimity. No matter what happens, they are in. And that's it. Means no, their emotion doesn't get triggered like I explained earlier. Then beyond that, there are karmic things by Guru Kripa, they have been lifted off. So there are no karmic burden. They are not under the destiny. And then they are connected with the divinity. So the divine energy can pass through come to their physical body. Okay, physical body, taking bath, etc. Normal, healthy body that is needed, that maybe all of us, we have it. So that's not an issue. So it's not about the physical, mental, emotional, and then the karmic, the causal level, up to those are all clean. So they can channel huge amount of energy. Being in the connection with the master, very good if it is a physical proximity or at least a connection. Yeah. So even if you are energetically connected, that master will help you to draw energy and pass it on to you. And in one level, it is called healing, but another level, if the master prays for you and, you just, what happens is that because energy dimension, there is no time and space. Instantly it goes there. If some master is even, their intention, keeping a good intention about you, you get the energy. Okay. Because that flows energy. Energy flows where the intention is. And exactly that is the way we activate our chakra. No? We go 3:2, stomach breathing, and focus one by one in each chakra. Energy goes there. Same here. If the master intention, has even like, okay, to absence of a better word, I say if master is thinking of you, means you are into the master's intention and you receive the energy. So it is not thinking, by the way, it's beyond thinking, like energy level, intention it is. So if masters, like if anybody is, or in other words, if anybody is brought into the intention of any master, the person gets the energy. Yeah? Anyway, so now the thing is, this way, when it is, the energy can be, channelized and you can receive. So that is the fastest way. Then you get elevated, your energy gets top up, and you get, your system changes. I'm just started explaining what the alchemy part of it about. So what energy does? What energy does is it raises your cellular vibrancy. Each cell has, whether it's a brain cell, body cell, etc., each cell has got their own vibration. That is called cellular vibrancy. And Guruji Prem Nirmalji says a PEVF, personal energetic vibrational frequency. It's all same. Yeah? Cellular vibrancy, it enhances your cellular vibrancy. What happens if the cellular vibrancy will increase? When cellular vibrancy is increased, it is like heating water. You might have seen, suppose there is a water. Suppose it is an electric kettle. Yeah? Electric kettle is started heating, or there is some, induction or whatever heating is there, it's heating. If the energy that goes higher, the temperature here, heat energy, it goes higher into that, you see some bubbles started coming up there. And more you give heat to that water, suppose it is a transparent electric kettle, more and more bubble comes out from that. From where so many air bubble is coming, it's all into that water only. Only because it is low energy state, that's why they get absorbed, those things, those air into this water. It is all mixed. But we cannot see them because it is in the lower state. So when you go to the higher energy state, they release them. They cannot hold them anymore. Same with our cellular level. At the lower energy level, it is prone to absorb negativity like a sponge. So that's why our system is full of negativity, full of hurt, full of guilt, and all those kind of negative things, full of pride, full of, the jealousy and all those kind of things. But when the cellular level, the energy goes higher and higher, those are the trapped negative energies, what we discussed earlier, which are affecting our thoughts and our current experience. So when you go into the higher level of energy, cellular vibrancy, then those trapped energy get released, like when you heat the water, then the bubbles comes out, and those bubbles are irreversible. They go, once one bubble is gone forever. They can never come back. So like that, if your body is like, say, another, water and in the kettle. So if you raise the vibration, like in this water case, if you heat, then those bubbles out from your system. And those also another level of healing. This raising the vibration, as I mentioned, it can be done if you come in the induced effect of a master. If you come into the proximity of a master, by induction, your vibration will go up. That is called induction. It's normal. So this, when it goes there, your vibration changes automatically without you doing anything. Only thing, energetically you need to connect. What is the way you connect with any master or a person having very high vibration? Is love and gratitude. Okay, that is the way, the bridge that you connect. Any other things, opposite also thing happens. If you start thinking about, this is not a good person, maybe he has got some intention and all this, there's some doubts in your mind. Three-way, your ego controls that, doubt, fear, or logically convincing. If you use ego tools to control you about any master, you get just a reverse effect. Okay. Nothing will happen to the master. It's about you. Yeah, those will damage you more. So anyway, so that's what it is said, that don't even go into that, because that's not a good idea to operate into this. Yeah, divine has sent you a master. You have to just get the energy, get the learning and all this thing, and move ahead in your path. And that process is called Deep Se Deep Jale. There is, master is a lit lamp. First you prepare the lamp and come in contact with the master, that your light is also lit. So any enlightened being can make other enlightened. It is said that one enlightened master can shift the energy of 1 million people. That much energy. It's not the personal energy, it's a channel. So that much potential each master is having. So try to get that. Be prepared, come in contact, so that once the light is lit, you don't have any kind of dependency on the master. Because when there are two light is lit, nobody can say which lit earlier and from where the light has come. It's an irrelevant question. Both are enlightened. Okay, same thing. That is the process that every master is aiming to. That's their spiritual goal, to make you enlightened, create another master. So don't waste time in this analyzing and this thing. And of course, these are opportunities. It says that, I'm just saying, it says that it takes 50 lifetimes of praying and urging to the divine to give me a living master, so that I can learn. They hold the hand and learn step by step, like a child, know how to walk in the beginning. The father and mother, they hold hand and things like that. Yeah? That is, without that, it is almost impossible to get it. On its own, no issue. No matter what you learn from the external world, you will not get there. Yeah. Anyway, so next, let us come to our topic, this thing. So when we increase the cellular vibrations by prana. So basically the pranic energy we invoke through some breathing techniques. In our case, it is the Nirmal Kriya. But the whole purpose is raising the cellular vibration. Cellular vibration for only, Nirmal Kriya is for chakra activation. For cellular vibration increase, all of us, I'm sure, I have recommended you 108 stomach breathing in the morning. That is the technique to raise the, the vibrations. It is, don't take it that if I have some problem only, then I will do. No, it is like a warm-up. No matter where you are into the ladder of this vibrational chart, what Dr. David Hawkins has given here, 250 neutral, below 250 negative, above 250 positive. 500 is love, pure love, and 500 plus love and above. 700 is enlightenment. Anyway, no matter where you are into this, yeah, if you practice that 100 stomach breathing, you will increase. Suppose you are at 423, it will go to 450. Why not? If you may be at 490, it will go to 560. Yeah. So all the time you need it. It's not that once you some spirituality raise, then you don't need it. You need it because there is no. By the way, 700 is a minimum level of enlightenment. Beyond all masters, the sustained enlightenment is called beyond 700. But there are level difference in the masters also. By the way, when I will explain this, don't compare what master you got, whether other master is better or not. You got what is best for you. What is best in the world may not be best for you. Okay, so just understand that. But let me say, the truth is, masters at a different level because that's what they need to operate the mission they got. 700 is a minimum. Anybody, though masters, that's enlightenment, like mystics. Any master should be minimum 1000 who comes back, able to come back and cater into all different frequencies and all different kinds of people. Even they have to absorb, not absorb, to deal with the negativities of people. Yeah. So they need to be master. They need to know how to do that. Not only they changed from fear to love. Yeah. They also should know how to deal with negativity of the others. That technology, also another type of alchemy, that is called transmutation from negative to positive. They know the technology, how to do that. Normally when the people come, they have the negativity. That's why they are suffering into their life. Yeah? And then when any master comes, in normal case, they pick up those negativities. There are many cases, particularly Reiki and all healers, they need to clean themselves. They pick up so many things from the other people, negativity, and they need to do process to clean up themselves, their system. Otherwise, they get affected. Anyway, so that's a different issue. So now let us come back to this vibration. To get into the vibration, if you're connected to any master, and that is the fastest. Only thing is, it is obviously practically not possible that master is always be with you. Physical proximity. So once the master has done you, suppose you met with the master, you go and meet with him or her, or you attended some program and some satsang or meeting, and maybe you invited the master somewhere, or particularly, it's wonderful if you can stay 24 hours with the master. That 24. That's why our camps are designed to be with the master's field 24 hours. A lot of things happens. Even a programmer, what is written is just that's not the purpose. Purpose is energetic. It's just whatever is written for show. Okay. Just we have to have habit of having some program and plan and thing like that. That's why. Otherwise, the main purpose is that the master does is the all energetic thing. Work individually with all of you, even without you knowing it. Here the master, I was talking a different level of master. So that level is maybe 1000 is the starting level of a master. Then somebody may 1500, 2000, maybe 4000, 5000. There's no limit. Higher that the master's vibration, that much faster is the result. So the result will be very, very fast. So, and this of that, and that some level that masters can do like a fraction of a second, your lifetimes of karma can get dissolved. Okay. Means maybe 10, 15 lifetimes of negative karma, what we are supposed to face in future lives, that gets lifted up. So, just to, as we are discussing this, exactly the same thing do in our karmakshalam process, what we do. Yeah. That fraction of a second, your lifetimes of karma is lifted up. Yeah. That happens because of this vibration. Don't think that is RPS vibration. It's not me. And just let me tell you the truth. My job is just like an agent. It is a Babaji's vibration that channelize that time and give it to you that time. It's a moment, because those kind of thing doesn't stay for the long. We have to create certain kind of, base, certain kind of atmosphere, certain kind of things. Then it comes instantly. And only thing that what I need to do and to pass it on to you that moment. That vibration, it's not my vibration. It is maybe several thousands. I don't know how much it is. None of my business to know even. But it is Babaji's grace. Babaji gives that kind of channeling through me. Babaji, I'm just with deep gratitude and love. Babaji is, find me, it is enough. And you all who attend that got an opportunity to get it into that thing. It is his choice. Not everybody gets it. You keep on suffering, come many lifetimes, maybe another 10, 15, 20 lifetimes. How does it matter? The creation is not, it's not, there is no expiry date of that. You keep on coming till you learn the lesson, till you got this, repay all your karmic debt and things like that. And, things like that. But very few who got this chance and all those kind of things. So whenever you get opportunity, don't miss it. That's my personal advice. Yeah, you never know when something will stop. Some instruction will come, Babaji said, no need for this, and I don't need. No, that's okay. So anyway, so this is the vibrational things that increase cellular vibration release the first thing. So individual level. So now let me explain what happens. Just like give an example of that water. So high vibration releases the trapped cellular memory and fear. Because earlier we understood that raising those fears are caused by those negative experiences run into our mind again and again. That's why we're fearful. When we come across to, suppose, I'm just giving some example, come across a new person. So first thing we say, we look at that person suspiciously. That this person looks like to be too friendly. Maybe there's nothing wrong. It's a really genuine good person. But we come suspicion and fear. Because earlier we had 10 such experiences. Meeting with other people, experiences are not good. So those memories are controlling the current interaction. Because a lot of possibilities could not take part because of our own fear. The high level, when frequency raises, those trapped energy get released. We're not governed by the fear. Okay. We're governed by something else, governed by the clarity. Mind gets clear. We then, spiritually speaking, we learn how to live in the moment, not bring the dustbin full of memories and contaminate our present situation. That part is not there. We assess as present. If yes, something need to be, we got threatened because of some issue, yes, we will accept. I'm not saying be like a fool, we move forward. And everybody we meet, we say, I love you. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we assess independently without taking a colored glass of our memory in the past, what happened. That clarity is there. Moment by moment, we can use our own awareness, our own power to assess the thing and take, not reaction, appropriate, we respond accordingly. And that response is very pure and very effective and not diluted with all this kind of fears and things like that. Yeah. Okay, then when we are in the business of raising vibration, so yeah, earlier I was telling that the easiest way to raise vibration is to come in contact with any master who already vibrating very high. Yeah? If you have got chance to meet with any living master, you are lucky. No, many people are praying and all those things, years of praying and all, you don't get it because this something is there, some bridge you need to. I'm not saying that divine, you cannot get it, but it's very difficult to get it directly there. Yeah? It's learning, suppose, learning mathematics, you need a teacher. You cannot learn on your own to have the very good mathematician or learn, higher mathematics, calculus on your own. You need somebody. After that, you practice, and that's fine. Yeah. So initially, you do need. Yeah. Reading many books will not make you mathematician. Yeah. It's not very difficult. You still need somebody to guide you. Do some mistake, then correct it, and things like that. There is a process you need to go to learn it. Even if you do it on your own and then you don't know whether you're doing it right or wrong or correctly approaching or not, or maybe there is easier way to approach, you don't know. There is no guide. Anyway, so here what comes is that you started practicing this raising vibration further with the spiritual practice you learn from the master. Any spiritual master, we will give you certain things to do. And that is Kriya, spiritual practice to do. And meditation. All the masters deal two things. One, something, mostly it is a breath work or any other kind of ritual, and followed by meditation. So, if that master, if you follow that, then you will raise your own vibration. So, raising one vibration, what happens then? Okay, first thing, you get out of the negativity. That I explained. Then what? Suppose you come out of the negativity altogether, but you keep practicing. You are going into the positive territory. As I explained, Dr. David Hawkins' scale, 250 is neutral, below 250 is negative, above 250 is positive. So more you do, top up the cellular vibrancy. Suppose you continue to do 100 stomach breathing daily. Many times your ego will come, say, what's the point? And nothing is happening. If you listen to that, you will get stuck. But if you keep on doing, following those instructions, nobody will impose anything. It's up to free will. It's up to you. You don't do, it's okay. So if you keep on doing, you will get top up. So from 250, you will go into the positive territory. And on top of it, you will do the practice, Kriya, whatever you got. Spiritual practice you got. If you do that simultaneously, practice it regularly, then what happens is slowly, it is like a top up. Like if you don't do anything, just like it will evaporate, your energy will come down. Your vibration will come down. But if you keep on doing it, then slowly, maybe daily coming down, again top up, daily coming down, again top up. Slowly, you see that your overall level is increasing and sustaining because you're topping up. Like, there is a tank, you're topping up the one bucket of water every day, then it will not be lost. But if you don't do top up, then maybe after 1 or 2 months, that whole water will be evaporating. Same here. So those kind of top up, one time will come, then it will cross 500. When it crosses 500, the grip of the ego will drop off. That you can say that from controlling the head, coming to the heart chakra opens at 500. When you cross 500, then your approach towards life will change. It's called love and above frequency. You will feel that. You're not intellectually analyzing them. You will feel it, feel the power of that pure love, what we are made of. Yeah, that opens up. That thing, that is called maybe you can say first time you're meeting your higher self. Because after that, whatever experiences you have, those are all spiritual experiences. The external world becomes the reflection of your inner world. Earlier, inner world was missing. So whatever the external world is your truth, is your reality. But now, after you cross that 500, it will not be the same. You will open up the truth. You will have that kind of experiences that reflects into your external world. Your thoughts, words, and actions will be governed by this love energy, pure love energy, once heart chakra opens up. So your act become compassionate act. Your words will be selfless. Earlier it was selfish. Here you get the nectar of that purity and this love. That will be reflected into your life. Okay, so first is raising vibration further to open heart chakra. So when heart chakra opens, And it controls then change our thoughts, words, and actions. And everything changes, just how I explained. Then earlier, because of it is going to higher into the cellular vibrancy, all those trapped negative energies has released. One. During this process, somebody may feel like when they come up, they change our emotion. We feel like crying. Sometimes, many people say that I'm feeling like crying, I'm feeling sad. Meditating, there's no reason. My external world, nothing is happening. Suddenly I'm feeling sad, suddenly feeling depressed, suddenly feeling anger, and all these kind of things. My advice is let it flow. Okay, those are like those bubbles. They're surfacing now. They all untrapped. Because of you raised your vibration, those got untrapped. Those are coming to the surface. Even some people say, I feel like crying. You said you cry. Doing meditation, crying like a fool, but do it. Why? Because that emotion need to go from your system forever. Your system is healing itself. All the trapped energy is getting released. It's okay. You are under supervision and guidance. You are not losing like crying in the middle of the jungle. It's not that. It's a process. So trust that when your master says it, that okay, it is okay to cry. It is okay to feel the pain. Sometimes we feel terrible, and this is the time. And let me tell you the truth also. What happens is sometimes when we go into that spiritual path, all our karmic things, suppose some of the prarabdha karmas, not everything can be addressed by the karma kshalan, if we get chance. Some of the things need to be released into the process. And it is also happened. That is the truth. Let me tell you, don't fall into the fear again. It's a process of cleansing. It's a process of surgery. Surgeon is doing surgery. Babaji is doing all these things. So don't worry. It's painful, but it needed for us, for our ultimate good. What is happening is, most of the karmas some of the karmas that cannot be addressed other way around, they come very compacted. Because if we are earmarked to get enlightened into this life, so whatever karma in the normal process happened, they got squeezed into very small amount of time, like a few years. Suppose you had maybe 20, 30 years of some negativity you need to face, or some kind of relations or something, or maybe monetary matters you need to face, or, like sometimes even health issues, they got squeezed into very small years, like few years, because they need to get exhausted fast so that you are free, you are liberated from that. So when you undergo that, some people say it is a dark night of the soul and things like that. But because so many negative things happening with us, we are spiritual, we are practicing, but negative things are happening. I'm just giving you understanding why that happened. Those are squeezed into the very small time, but you are protected and guided by the masters. You will not be pushed into a ditch and they will disappear. No, you are you're holding hand. But this time, like, the child is, walking, that father knows that we have to release the child. Otherwise, the child will never learn how to walk. Child will fall down many times. The father is there, watching, but not, take it into the, god mein leke nahi le jaya. It's not that. Because that child will never learn how to walk. So those falling are necessary to learn, to strengthen the legs and can walk freely. Same here. When somebody undergoes, and in this, people get completely confused. I come into the spirituality, I have the master, I have an access, I'm fantastic, experiences during meditation. Why my personal life is so much, it looks like worst hit, because of the intensity increases. But now you have the backup and capacity to face them. So whatever your so-called soul's plan were, maybe 30 years is squeezed into 3 years. So they feel like they're hitting left, right, and center. But understand that you're protected, you are guided, trust the process. It will not make logical sense. Don't try to understand logically that why it is happening to me after I come. I'm not saying everybody will face that. All our spiritual paths are unique. The type of things still pending are also unique. Maybe nothing is there. That is also possible. But if that happens, know that it was necessary to undergo this kind of surgery. This kind of processes are necessary to get out of it altogether. That bubble has to come out and go forever. We cannot suppress the bubble and think that we are getting punished. We are not getting punished. We are getting healed. We have all the support. We have the masters. If you ask, master will give you understanding why. And also there is another thing here. Many people think I am having some problem. I asked my master and master is not doing anything. If I'm just telling the truth, if you face something and master is not doing anything about it, understand that this was also necessary. Why necessary? Because it's all possible. Like, when Babaji's energy and Babaji can do anything, any miracle, lift off anything amount from you. But there are certain things your soul has planned. If it is lifted by using this influence or shortcut, I can pray to Babaji, please lift this thing from that person is suffering a lot. Please lift it. What happens is, if that is lifted, but it was not in your soul's plan, so it will just simply shift to another life, next life. In this life, you get relieved. It's lifted. Maybe some miracle happened, lifted. But as it is shifted to the next life, you have to come again. Born again to live that experiences in the next life. This process, just shifting the ball or kicking the can down the road, is not a good strategy spiritually. The master will not do it. Why? The master will help you to finish everything in this life. You have the high chance to get enlightened in this life itself. And people ask me, how do I know I'm earmarked for enlightened in this life? Answer is very simple. If you come to know that name of Babaji, and if Babaji has sent you any representative whatsoever, doesn't matter the quality of the person and the fame and all, you definitely are marked for this enlightenment, this life itself. There is no doubt about it. Okay, the thing from my personal experience, I've seen what is the kind of life I was leading and what is now happening. In my personal life also, not very dramatically, everything was nice and fine and no. But now the clarity has come. I understand that was the necessary for me to evolve. And post-enlightenment, whatever experience Babaji is giving, so that, first of all, so that my ego does not come back, I should be still standing on the ground, and also to develop empathy. Somebody else undergoing some problem, I should be able to feel that what the person is going through. If my personal life is made a very nice and a palatial thing, and I'm a very rich lifestyle and all those things, I may miss that. So most of the masters, they chose to live a life of, in fact, below average life. You see, you know the Ramakrishna Paramahansa Devan. What is his personal life? Where he used to stay? What he used to eat? Things like that. These are many masters are then this. Okay, Gautam Buddha, Jesus Christ. What? Gautam Buddha was a king's son, but later on he left everything. Bhikshu, just begging and eating. Is the begging a punishment? No. Okay, they come to the level where they can understand, correlate others, and then out of compassion, they can help others. That is the purpose. Because ultimately they know we have a support. There's nothing is needed for external life. Bahar kuch nahi rakha hai. Because those are the illusions. We got treasures, the ultimate treasures of life. What's the point in getting few things here and there and all those things? It will go anyway. What's getting a huge amount of money I don't need? Luxury I don't need. Yes. I'm not saying that the survival, roti kapra makan is needed. I have a responsibility to take care of my family. If that is not touched, I have no issues with that. But if that is there, then I have to, that is my priority. As a householder spirituality, I have to take my household first. Yeah? That always will be there. I'm not saying you ignore the responsibility and don't do anything. Yeah? But it is equally important that you don't judge the spiritual things. What happens after you, whatever happens with acceptance, gratitude, if you do, then it is guaranteed to have this kind of enlightenment in this life itself. All right. So then change in thoughts, words, and actions that we explained, then experience of liberation and love. So when you connected, and then normally what happens is that we surrender our life to the divine. In my case, I surrender life to Babaji. So that surrendering, then you are purely operating from the pure love. Yeah? So that is a attitude of gratitude is there, living in the attitude of gratitude to the divine, and then you're operating from the pure love, and then your life completely transformed. It is your life has been completely transformed into the full of peace. Yeah? Earlier there was no peace. And I teach, one of my teaching is the most important thing in your life is your peace of mind. Peace of mind. And you, through the peace, you attain pure bliss. That is the greatest treasure you have. No amount of worldly wealth, the money can earn that. So you live the peace of mind and the blissful state through the all the time connected. That is the state. That is a Sachidananda state, Sadachit Anand state. And those becomes, that Sachidanand becomes your reality, living reality, rest of your life. And this is how we just started, that our current life is the demonstration of that. So, and I'm sure it will happen to all of you with the divine blessings of Babaji. So we have this to transmute from your negative to positive, and this is the alchemy, that the spirituality, the tools are the alchemy, is from living a life of fear to the operating from pure love. And that's the whole journey our humanity is undergoing right now. The awakening is happening, whatever name you give, it's all about going towards pure love. And the era we are going, the golden era, that it will be, the characteristic will be two things. The energy that will be operating principle will be pure love, unconditional love, universal love. Yeah? Love and only love. Yeah? And the religion, there will be only one religion, that is humanity. Okay, as long as you are serving so what does that mean? If I reword it, serving the humanity with pure love, that is the golden era. So that is where we are going towards. The masters are already there. They are guiding, millions of people. They are into different levels of awareness. Those are there. Still, it is also truth. Some people will never come into the spirituality or never look into towards the light. And in the process, as per Babaji's language, they will get crushed. Anyway, but this is the thing that we are going towards, and all of us, we are in making. Yeah, we are Buddhas in making, and that is the operating principle of pure love and the religion of humanity. With this, I will conclude this session. And now, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Let me save the attendance. Okay, so we have three hands, starting with Hariom. Go ahead.
Pranam Guruji. Guruji,
Pranam, pranam.
the journey is from mind to heart. Now, how practically you come to know that this decision has come from heart or from mind whenever we take a decision?
Yeah, when the mind, the thought stopped, then whatever comes, that is from the heart. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to see we are in a no thought.
Uh-huh.
That's what our practice is.
Mhm.
Even the communication with the divine and all, first condition is our thought mind has to stop chattering rather.
Okay.
We use the same mind space, but when that is stopped, whatever is coming, that is your intuitive feeling. That is coming from your heart.
Okay.
Feeling. There is no thought, but intuitive feeling will come. But when you try to communicate with the divine or a master or something, ascended master, I mean, who is not physical communication, then it is that thought mind will be used. So those thoughts will come as a part of the communication,
Anji.
but no chatter, no automatic thoughts.
So, when you are in a crowded place or anywhere where it's the atmosphere is not very noisy and everything, how to get into that no thought zone there and then look for a decision?
That's very easy. Just detach. Okay.
Okay.
Just detach. Because, in fact, to be honest with you, I practiced into the most crowded area, into the airport and then malls and all. I used to sit down on a bench, even open eye, because closing eye, maybe it will not look decent. I don't care, but not to unnecessary attention I don't want to draw, show off. You can do the open eye meditation as well. Like your eyes will be like a fish. Or you see the birds when they give, that anda, the egg they give, the mother birds, they put the eggs, what is they call the process? In Bengali, they call ta, that is, I don't know what is called in the English. So when sorry?
It's called hatching the eggs.
Hatching, okay. Hatching means that mother birds, sit on the eggs. Yeah. So you will see the mother bird, the eyes are open, but it's a blank eye because attention is to the eggs.
Okay.
So same here. So when you open eye meditation, if you just open the eye, but you are not looking into anything, it's a blank, look. Yeah. But you attention inward and you meditate. A lot of things are happening because they are adding to multi-point awareness.
Okay.
You are not rejecting them. You are listening to them. No problem. And they're basically giving opportunity for multi-point awareness.
Right, Guru. Thank you so much, Guru.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Monali, go ahead.
Yeah, Pranam Guruji. Like
Pranam,
you said,
pranam.
while meditating, if someone starts crying, then let her cry so that trapped energy gets released. What kind of trapped energy? Because I told you earlier also, while in meditation, whenever I think of Babaji, tears come to my eyes. For recently for Mataji also. This is the first time it has happened, and I'm so much grateful to Mataji because I always pray to Babaji. So this time it happened. Mataji's when Mataji's name came in my mind. So is my trapped energy getting released, or I'm getting connected with it? What it is?
Absolutely not. Okay, no? Those are not trapped energy.
Okay.
See, that is tears of joy. We experience certain amount of joy. If we experience pure love, our expression also extreme, and it comes as a tears. Okay, so if you are thinking about Babaji or feeling presence of Mataji or the loving attention and the protection and all, it is very well, you can feeling like a tearful, Few minutes back, I was also, while explaining Babaji's grace, I feel tearful. So this is not about my trapped energies getting released. Okay.
Okay.
It is because it touched a very high level of, the loving field, which just comes because our physical body, these tears particularly, they react in the extreme, emotions. One is the lowest one is the negative energy will feel crying because of sadness. Another one, when it goes beyond normal, the love, unconditional love, we react by the feeling tears. Only my advice was, no matter what happens, allow that to happen. But to answer your question, this is not trapped energy. It is much higher level. You can say it is a liberated energy. You get in touch with the vast loving energy, get in touch with that creates this tear.
Yes, I'm blessed because very recently in meditation, I could feel Mataji's loving. I mean, suddenly, Mataji, I'm very detail everything to Babaji. Everything, and I started crying.
Yeah. And another symptom is when crying, you feel pain, then trapped energy is getting out. But if you don't feel pain, then it is the other way, other type of energy. Expression is same. Expression is same, but the source is not the same.
And Guruji, during Chitta Upasana, the thoughts are coming. Sometimes I get carried away, and sometimes I say, no, these are not my thought, but still it disturbs. How to overcome it?
My advice, don't struggle too much.
Okay.
If it comes, let it come. It will go also. Okay. So don't give too much importance. So even if it is coming, let it come. Don't even assume that I have to be no thought right now. There is no such thing. That's what I was explaining. You're feeling uncomfortable, why thoughts is coming, that itself is stopping to go further.
Okay.
It is let it come, it will go also. Don't give much importance. Okay, so that is how you deal with it. Even why it is coming now, I should not be thinking. That also you don't. During that time, no, it's come, it will go. It's okay. Don't give much importance. Then when thoughts lose their importance, then the liberation happens. Not by confronting, not by suppressing, not by challenging it. Not even thinking about why it is coming now. No.
Then for awareness, I mean, when we do Nirantar Upasana, like we have to be aware of our thoughts and all that. So that time the thought is coming, I'm watching it from starting point to the end point. That is okay.
Yeah. That is fine. Okay. So that means it is not about making the thought zero. It is about getting detached from it. That is important. Not making it zero. Making zero happens after a lot of sadhana. It's not easy. So, but at least you should not get carried away with the thoughts. So that is the purpose. That is the goal you should be having in the mind. And last and not the least, no self-criticism. Don't analyze why I am not being able to do it. No.
Okay.
It means, I take it, you just consider this is my divine experience. This is what Babaji is giving me. I'm fine with it. Thoughts are coming, I'm fine. Okay. That is the way to go much, much higher than the thought level. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Okay, Monica.
Pranam RPA. Thank you so much for beautiful session and all the understanding you always keep giving us. Very enriching and profound. Okay, my question is, like today we were discussing that we are working consciously and diligently on ourselves to bring our our peace and high vibration EVF is high, and we are doing everything in our capacity. Obviously, it's a grace of the masters that we have come this far. But if anybody in our immediate family member has done some harm to us, or tried to do something bad, and obviously if now everything is happening, and so if the crushing is happening to somebody, your near love and dear ones, so then how can we, because we have detached and we have come up and we are not, but obviously we are praying, but we can't see our loved ones in pain. So what we can do, although they have hurt us, but you have forgiven us, you have moved on, you don't feel nothing, but seeing others in pain is still very, very, it hurts you because you are a soft, gentle soul or soft hearted person. So, what we can do to still maintain peace of our mind and praying is there, but then how we can not be attached to the outcome, or like it's still hurting, like to see our family members hurting. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
what we can do?
Yeah, good question. See, the actual answer is empathy. Okay, empathy means you can feel what the other person is going to, but you are not attached to them. Attaching means sympathy. Okay, empathy is like, it is like, just to give you understanding, it is like what healers and masters do. Okay, suppose you have some issues in the life, the master fully understand your issue, but master will never sympathize with you. Means that if you sit down and crying with that same person, the person is going through certain pain or some negative experiences. If you sit down and crying, normally people do that, they think that is the way they are helping others, sharing the so-called sharing the pain. It is not sharing the pain, you are sharing the energy, it will affect you also. Okay, so that is not the way to deal with this kind of situations, and you don't know what is the source of it. Means if you one of the player, you have a control, then you take care of that. Okay, means maybe my daughter is feeling some pain in the leg, I will take her to a doctor because it is under my control. Yeah, but the other way around, if you see it is not in your control, if it is not in your control, then you have to approach it with empathy when you fully understand. But don't give this kind of words, oh, you are going through, it is not correct, and you are injustice you are feeling, and this way you are collecting, it is sympathy, you are getting those energy to you. Don't give that. Yeah, first of all, whatever you said, that is correct approach. You have to pray, because if it is not under your control, it is definitely under the control of divine. It's not your plan, then maybe the divine plan is working. Okay, so pray to the divine to do what is in the best interest of that person. Sometimes we also don't know what is the best interest of a person. So then you pray what is in the best interest of the person, let that happen. Okay, at the same time, no sympathy, yeah, no crying together. Okay, give hope that everything is fluid in this world, everything will change, so it will also change for you. And or you can share that I am praying for you, it is like a khuda ke ghar mein der hai andhar nahi. So, and also we are going to visit Shirdi Sai Baba, Shraddha and Saburi. Okay, you just pray and trust that it will be served in your best interest. Yeah, because always there is a time gap. And in this time gap makes us confused. Whatever we are thinking that is falling apart, maybe they are falling in place. You need to break the old one to get a new one done. But in the process, we get confused. You see, earlier, few sessions I explained what happens in my childhood time, why my father used to get transferred from one place to another. Yeah, The day of the transfer, I saw so many people are coming and taking away all our things, and it's a scary for a child. Yeah? So when something, this change happens, we human being normally face it like something is getting destroyed and we get panic. What I'm saying is, as we don't have the whole picture, that's why we get panic. Trust the divine process. Let it happen. Okay. Ultimately, it will surely happen for our own good. But not everything will happen in our good of our thinking. That is expectation. That's why the expectation management comes. Okay. Control the expectation, surrender it. Evi tera, ovi tera. That is the thing I told you last time. That is the one that surrender will get us through. Okay.
I have one more question.
Yes, go ahead.
So when you say that protect yourself physically, that's one of the principles that we
Yes,
follow.
first principle, protect physically.
Yes. So when now, like it is, I'm confused that when one side I say that this is also the principle and rule being given to us that follow it. And the other side, when we are saying we are in surrender mode, we are surrendering, everything belongs to you, and whatever Papaji is or masters are doing and divine is guiding us, it will happen for our very best. So then, like, you're confused whether to take action, because then you're feeling it is selfish act of taking action, of fighting for things or materialistic things or worldly things. And yet on the other hand, you have surrendered because your heart says it's don't do it. Like if it's yours, it's gonna come to you. But on the other hand, everything is losing, and whatever belongs to your children, you're not guarding it and leaving it for them. But then again, it's an ego tussle that no, this is me, I'm gonna fight for my children, for myself. But then on the other hand, I'm like, oh, I've surrendered, so what act to do and how to play.
That is another advice. This advice also I have given quite a lot. Advice is this, yeah. Do your best and rest you leave it to divine. But do your best, nobody is stopping you to do that. Yeah? Ma phaleshu kadachana. So result not to be wished for, but you have to do your part. You have to protect physically or your physical assets or your physically to protect someone and all those kind of things. You need to do it. I'm just telling, surrender is after you have taken whatever your duty, whatever you have done. Only rest, the results you leave it to the divine. It will happen. Okay, that's why I just repeat, do your best first. Then you rest it to the divine. From the second part is Shraddha and Saburi is coming. Shraddha is not coming from the day one. Means in the beginning, a lot of people do that mistake. Yeah, particularly like I have seen that. Okay, Lord Krishna will do everything for me, and they're not doing anything. Or Babaji will do everything, but they're not taking an initiative. And don't expect that these, ascended masters, they will work for you, earn money, and come and cook for you and put a plate in front of you. Don't even expect that. That is complete misunderstanding. Surrender everything, surrender the result after you have done your bit. But not before that. Sitting idle and thinking that Lord Krishna will do anything, Radhe Radhe, it will not happen. Okay. You have to do, divine has given you intelligence, divine has given you physical body, hands to work, think. You have to apply that first. Okay, that have to do. There is no shortcut in the name of spirituality and surrendering. No, those things cannot be surrendered. You have to do your bit. Still results are not coming? Yes, that part, leave it to the divine. It will definitely come. Okay.
Understood, loud and clear. Thank you so much, Alfie.
All right. Okay. Shupratim, go ahead with your question.
I got the answer. The answer was no self-criticism. While
No, what
listening
was
to
the
you,
question, by the way? What was your question?
the question was okay. My background is I am a fish or a baby who's thrown into the water and trying to do my bit of swimming. And the level of uh, the level of inputs which I am receiving from you, Master, is enormous. Is also very intuitively understandable by me. But I still feel uh, like a fish, or no, like a baby thrown into a water. A fish knows swimming, so the question of fish being thrown into the water doesn't arise. It was wrong for me. The analogy is like a baby thrown into the water. I was thinking for the last, I mean, since the time I joined your session, I was deeply into it, trying to reflect on my past, on this moment, on every single word I kind of latched on and tried to get. And at this time, while answering during the Q&A, you mentioned just, I think it was the previous speaker who asked the question, asked, and you mentioned no self-criticism. So the question was, seeing the pain of others, seeing the noise, watching the difficulty of coping which others have, and those others are near and dear ones. They are my family members, those who look after me, those whom I care for some of whom I am the caregiver. The question is, uh, do we really need to get into a logical analysis of why so much suffering in both me and others? Really,
Good.
is there any need to do that, or do
Good.
we leave that for, as you said, the divine, the supreme, the probably those whom we have no power to even fathom or understand? Probably we can leave that bit, do our bit, and leave the, as you said, surrender the results to the higher power. Over to you. The question is, do we need to think of so much suffering which we have, the pain we have, and the pain others have? Over to you,
Okay.
Master.
Okay. So actually, your question has a lot of parts. Let me answer, one by one. Question is whether there is a injustices in the world, people are facing difficulty, people are facing pain, and all this. Answer is all yes, 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 yes. A lot of them. Okay. Question is not that. Question is our first question we ask what we can do. Okay. If we find that it is under our direct control, it is my responsibility. Suppose it is my family, or it is, say, my office, my subordinate, my relative, they are facing difficulty and they are within my personal capacity, then it is my duty. Then thing is, I have to do my duty first. Rest, what I said to Monica, just you have to drop that, the expectation of the results as quickly or whatever you are expecting. Only thing is, you have done your duty, and that should be good enough. Because this is about if it is direct responsibility. But if there is a lot of people are dying out of hunger, or everywhere people are getting killed, innocent people and all those kind of things, here advice is different because they are not under directly your control. Why it is happening, you don't know. Neither you have any control. Yeah. Don't try to play the role of a savior of the world. That is your misunderstanding. That is, it is happened for certain reasons that we don't understand, certain logic that we don't know. But Creator is created all those things, and Creator knows how to deal with it. We need not to doubt about the Creator's intention. So we should not play the role of the savior of the world, what we are not. We have an opinion, that's okay. Yeah. But here you don't have any practical role to play. So in this case, what do we do? In this case, to who has all the, I don't have it. They are not under my direct control. I cannot perform my duty to save them from this. other than listening to different, news channels or media and crying and why there's so much injustices in the world. Other than that, we don't have anything to do. So in those cases, you pray to the same divine, to the creator. Let what is in the best interest, let that happen. That prayer all the time you can do. It is free. Can be done anytime. Nobody is stopping us to do it. It may be misunderstanding the thing. So what will happen to my prayer? I'm a small person and how much it contributes. That thought itself is selfish. You are already concluding the result. Nothing will happen on my effort. Okay, so that also you need to correct. So when we just pray to like a Shanti part we do after every session, that is basically for world peace and praying to the divine who has all the power to do that. Let us do our bit. If you cannot do anything, at least you can pray. Just do that. No excuse of why we cannot pray. Nothing will happen. Who says nothing will happen? You don't know. So we have to do our bit of praying. It is about the second part of it. Third part, I'm coming to why you feel pain about, things are around you, the people are having things happen, and you feel helpless that you cannot do enough. Yeah, I'm answering that. From where the source of it, the truth I'm sharing, it is a hard truth, uncomfortable truth, but the truth is this pain is coming because we feel this person is mine, my parents or my spouse, my children, and my relative, this thing. This me business is coming. There is some ownership is coming. That's why you say why it is happening to me or my family. Means you claiming that it is yours. Truth is, who are you? You are a temporary custodian. You are a caretaker. Okay, that is the truth. So you are not the owner. So you don't have a right to feel that there is injustice happening to somebody who is my family. Okay, that also you need to surrender. You are a part of that family. Not this family is not important. That illusion of me that is creating the trouble, the pain in you. You are claiming something what is not the truth. When you contact the truth, when you accept the truth, the acceptance itself will be healing and will bring all the changes, whatever you are looking for. It's very, confusing into the one level to look at it, but that is the only way. When you release that is called surrender. But a few minutes earlier I was explaining. Surrendering does not mean I will not do my duty, I will not do anything. No, you have to do your bit. And then just don't claim it is my family, my this, my that. It is all yours. ये भी तेरा, वो भी तेरा. मैं कौन होता हूँ इसमें claim करने वाले? Yeah? So if you go to that mode, then you get completely burden will lift off from you for sure. So you will then live the path of the truth, you will have a clarity and you will be completely unburdened and completely free. Only thing you have to get out of, I'm just giving one, example, because normally I give in this example. So say political matters. Yeah. So I live in, in UAE. Yeah. I even don't know who is the name of the ministers here. I know the head, maybe his name is coming all the time, I know, but I don't know the name of the ministers, their decisions, all whatever they're taking, say finance minister, whatever they're taking, what budget they're doing, etc., etc. I even don't know, but my day-to-day life is being affected by the decision they take. Yeah, the budget and whatever the way it is on. But I am worried about what is happening in India. What budget has been passed in Delhi, but what the injustice, the police action is taken in West Bengal, I'm tremendously worried. And I'm very painful. What is injustice? In fact, in my day-to-day life, there is no impact. Nobody of the family right now lives there. My mother was there and he expired. But now nobody is there in my close family, I mean. Now, why I'm still feeling painful and injustice? Because I think India is mine. Kolkata is my city. The city I live, this is not mine. I don't belong here. I belong there. This, as I think that I belong there, that's why what is happening there is affecting me. So the minus, whatever I claim to be mine, if that is cut, then I got liberated. I can still live happily like my current place of living. Same thing about anywhere else. I need not to claim this is mine. I am a visitor here. If I can take everywhere I am a visitor, then all my pain dissolved from the root itself. And the truth is, in the earth, we are just a visitor. We are a multidimensional being having human experience on planet Earth. We are a traveler. If we know the truth, absorb the truth, all pain goes away. Because we are not here to make big things and whatever is needed. Whatever has to is there, our role we have to play, that we have to play honestly, and that's it, and hand over. Okay. Okay, Shupradem, that answer your question?
Yes, it did. It was very profound, very deep, and again, very intuitive. Uh,
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Chaitali.
Pranam Guruji. My question is, through karma sthalan, we reduces our karma, right? So, does that mean our sufferings also reduce? Because I'm asking this question because my soul has come to this earth to experience something. So, if our sufferings reduces, then what happened to that experiences our soul won? My soul won.
Okay. No, that is also a good question. See, the karma we are talking about, that was not about soul's plan, original plan. Originally, we come here to experience certain things. Mostly after first 50 lifetime, those are all gone when that's done. We come again and again because we are trapped into the karmic cycle. We done something wrong and we come another, soul has to plan another life to neutralize them or to, repay them. So this cycle keep on going. We come here, settle something, again we bind some new karma, again you have to come back. So what happens is, when we surrender ourselves, say for us it is Babaji or Moksha Guru, then those karmic things, because of which you have to coming again and again, those are lifted off. Only few balanced things then you have to settle here. But all future lifetimes, all those things, those are lifted off. Okay, so that is happening. So it is only a small fraction. It is not that you have to, because now you have chosen to liberate. So it is not that the soul's plan is a final word. Your intention now, you raise the energy, you surrender yourself, then those unnecessary experiences. If original soul's plan was there, it will happen. Okay. But we already have around 700 human lives. In the first 50, we have completed our soul's plan. I don't think anything is left. It's all karmic birth. All past life karma we did, we are repaying now. This cycle, the vicious cycle, that will stop. So to answer your question directly, once you surrender, rest of the things are not necessary. You need not to undergo. Okay, your soul's plan is overridden by the divine grace. That is called Guru Kripa. It's not necessary to undergo the same thing. Okay.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
All right. Okay. God bless you. So it's already overshot the time. So let us conclude our today's session with Shanti Path. Oh. Sarvesham स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनो सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ मंगलम्. That concludes